So this is the code for lesson 69's assignment. I'm using 2 threads with a button and a servo. So here you just import the library, set up the servo and button pin, set up the servo and button, define 3 variables that I need: a forward boolean to keep track of the direction the servo is going, moving whether the servo is in motion or not, and running for setting the other core to shut down if it's no longer running. So then I use the other core just to control the button. So set a button val old to keep track of the button state, declare moving as a global variable, and then if not moving, so if moving is false, we do the button checks but val equals button.value, and if but val is 0 and but val is 1, it means the button was pressed and is no longer pressed. So you change moving to true, and then at each time through the loop you set but val old to but val, and then take a sleep. And then down here, while true, if it's moving, basically look if forward is true. If forward's true, the servo moves from 0 to 181, so that stops at 180. And if forward's not true, then it moves from 180 to -1, so that it stops at 0. And then after it goes through that process, it sets forward to whatever it wasn't, so the opposite of what it currently was, and moving back to false, so that this goes back to checking the button states. And then here's the keyboard interrupt logic to shut this thread down correctly. So here I'll run it, and you can see it's running, and then if I push Control C, it cleanly exits. So this is lesson 69's assignment and operation. So when I push the button, the motor goes from 0 to 180. If I push the button while it's moving, nothing happens. Once it stops, if I push the button again, the motor goes back from 180 to 0. And again, if I push the button while it's moving, nothing happens. As soon as it stops, if I push the button, it goes from 180 to 80, or from 0 to 180.